Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally.
Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
Oh, I'll have a Slingsby rhubarb.
Cheers. I'll fetch him over.
Evening, boys.
Evening,
Rob.
How are you all doing? All right?
Yeah, good.
Great.
Hey, before I forget,
Yes.
happy birthday, Mark.
Yes.
And I
You
nearly
sly dog, you
forgot.
kept that quiet, didn't you?
Well, when you get to my age, you've got to
yeah,
keep these
eating your
things secret.
centenary.
Yeah, not quite there, Mark,
To
but
be
thank
fair,
you. It's been a couple of
Mark's
days.
that old, he gets a flyover.
You'll say we know it's his birthday. It was his birthday like a month ago, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but they're behind, aren't they?
Oh, right,
They're
okay.
behind.
Okay.
But it was...
Didn't you see it on news? There were a candle shortage.
But I ain't seen him since. And so obviously, as this is first I've seen you, mate. No, happy birthday, Mark.
Oh, you've bought him a present.
You bought... See, what? I know you like presents.
You know, that'll be a framed picture of Rob.
Well, it does feel like a frame for the benefit
You've
of the people.
bought him a present.
It feels like a frame.
I know he likes presents, you know.
Listen, time for giving. But hang on a minute. You do know that now you've bought me this, that you won't get a present.
No, that's not how it works.
Because I don't do presents.
Hold on, no. You said
No, I
that the
didn't
reason why you don't accept presents or want presents
Yeah.
is because that means you have to buy one back. So
Yeah,
Rob's
that's-
now got you a present.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
Rob's birthday in May.
Yeah, no,
he
but-
will be expecting.
He
a
wants you to
he'll
bring
be
him something
expecting a
back from
present.
Philippines and not a disease.
Well, I'm not accepting it, so then I don't have to buy it.
Come on, open
Get
it.
it open.
Or I could just leave this wrapped up and just get you
You
back.
don't get a menu.
Get it open.
It.
Do I need to open it?
It'd be pointless
Open
for
it.
me, mate.
Here we go.
It'd be pointless for
Do you
me.
want a drum roll?
Right, let me put my glasses on so I can see. Right, well, it's not neatly
Really
wrapped.
small drum roll.
Okay.
Come on, rip into it. Get into
I
it.
am. Oh, hang on.
What's it
This
gonna
looks
be?
good. Now, this does look
What's it
good.
going to be? What is it?
Build your own Disneyland park. Is it a jigsaw? No, it's like a pop-up thing.
Look at that.
Just read it.
No, it's
I'm
a real life
reading it.
Disneyland.
Build your own Disneyland park. Build your own very own model of Disneyland. Wow, fact-filled guide, 33 press-out pieces, modelling.
And that's easy for you to say.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That is a great present
It
for
is,
Mark.
isn't it?
That
Very
is.
thoughtful, yeah.
That is
Let me have a look,
Hold
let
it
me have a
up
look.
for us to see.
that is very good. Thank you.
Let me have a look. No, with my hands.
Don't you start touching that. Thank you, Rob.
I've had that. I've had that nearly 11 months.
Have you?
Do you know what? That's brilliant.
Why did somebody buy it you?
No, I found it.
You found
but
it in
your
a
birthday
skip.
had already gone. I was like, chuffing hell, his birthday's already gone. I'll have to save it for next year.
Really?
And hope
Yeah.
he's still alive.
So my question.
Well, thank you.
My question's this
To me.
to you:
To me.
Are you actually going to do it? As in, are you going to build like?
Absolutely, I have.
Are you going to do it?
Yes.
Because I want a picture. I want to see a picture
I
of
am.
it when you've done.
In fact, I'm thinking I might even do it on the plane.
It's not something to do on the plane.
No, I know,
Once
but
it's
it's
built, I
something
think
to do on the
you've got to then flatten it, haven't you?
Yes. Is it? It looks like you sort of. I mean, it's a cardboard thing that you build up and it sort of becomes 3D and stuff
Yeah.
and that. But it does look pretty amazing.
It looks
That-
decent, doesn't it?
That's a really good present for Mark. That.
Yes. So.
I thought you'd like that, mate.
yeah.
I can't wait for my birthday now.
Yeah.
You don't want what he bought Mark last year. Wash and gone.
I'll be honest with you, it's a good job you put his birthday on group chat because I didn't even know. He didn't tell. You're like,
I don't go shouting these things out.
hey, something else.
What is it?
Guess what else?
What?
What?
Have you got a beer?
Is it another present?
No. Well, it kind of is. Machine order's come! And I've saved it to open with you!
Oh.
Sheehan, are you going to be putting it on?
Oh my goodness me.
I might do.
I genuinely want to know what you think of the packaging.
Well,
Yeah.
this is why I wanted to save it. Because obviously Gemma's going, are you going to
Well-
open it? I was like, no. Can
Right.
you imagine? Can you imagine this coming through the
When you-
post and waiting 3 days to open it?
So when you
no.
said the packaging, is that the
Well,
the package
this
we're
is the
referring
outer
to?
bag.
First and foremost, what's in there? How much did you pay for it?
£51.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
It doesn't
That's a
seem
big-
much.
so it's not just
that's a
one
big-
thing then.
That's a big sheet order. That.
That is a big.
right.
It's not just one thing then, is
Let's
it?
get into it.
Here we go. Lipstick,
Oh.
eyeliner,
All-
Actually, yeah, you're
how,
right,
how,
Kurt.
how
I know
are,
I'm right.
how are our listeners going to...
Manfinity. Does that say Manfinity?
Man, it does say Manfinity. They all say Manfinity.
Do they
but they're all-
Manfinity?
I'm sure they're all different.
Does it feel quite quality?
Yeah.
Oh,
to
right,
manfinity
okay.
and beyond.
Yeah, I see what you mean about the packaging. It is a bit.
good, don't they? Right, let's open one.
What size are them Y fronts?
Oh, look at this. Even has a little slidey
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Ziploc.
I knew you'd appreciate. I knew you'd appreciate the
So
packaging.
that's so you can put them all in freezer.
So this is a shirt I bought.
Oh, it's a nice shirt.
What's that shirt?
It needs ironing.
Extra small.
Now it says.
Do they do them in adult
it says
sizes
small.
as well?
Well, it says small, but that does look quite big, I think.
Big.
Come on, Kirk, try it on.
Hold on, let's try it on, see what it looks like.
I won't get that over one arm.
It's not that big. It definitely shouldn't be big. It's a small. Right,
Well,
trying it on.
this is what we're saying about the sizes.
Sally, turn your head.
He could have quite easily just put it on over his t-shirt, but no,
Sally,
he has,
get us
he has to take his t-shirt off.
No, you can't put it on over a t-shirt. See, this is too big. I think.
You nearly popped that. Nearly.
What is that? A 3-man? 4-man?
That button nearly popped off.
Hey, look at that. Hey, no, that looks. No,
No, I don't think so.
Mate,
Well,
it depends whether you want to see your nipples.
is,
through
it, is it too big? No. But the fact that you like things skin tight
Yeah.
to make you look bigger than what you are, then yeah, you could do it. I think that's a perfect size.
It is.
Yeah,
that,
no, in
suits you,
fairness.
that suits you down to ground, that, Rob.
Yeah.
If I roll these sleeves up, look,
Yeah.
just quickly.
Just look to all these.
Can you roll them up quickly, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our listeners are going, what is happening?
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you put that light on so we can see? Put the
Will
light
be.
on so we can see it. Let me just feel the quality.
Oh,
while-
Is this? I think this is like a shacket, or I thought it was.
what?
A shacket.
A what?
A shacket.
You can't
So-
just take two words.
Yeah.
And,
Bang
no,
them together.
no.
But that's-
you can't
but
just
that's
take
what they
two
call
words
it.
and put them together.
Well, it's either a shacket or a jert.
Shut up.
Genuinely. So a shacket is a cross between a shirt and a jacket.
Right. Has it got a hood?
Do they iron these things? Because these, I mean, these.
What do you mean? Did they iron them? Yeah. Well,
mean,
yeah,
since
it's
they
just
should-
come from China,
You
mate.
do know that 4-year-olds can't iron?
Oh,
Oh,
That-
you've
oh.
stopped recording.
is recording stopped?
A shacket.
A jacket. Is it French? Does feel nice.
I can't just view my clothes in front of a no, they're not a live audience. That's nice, that, isn't it? Feel that?
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
That was £12.
12 quid for that.
Boutique. Premium de Sing.
So what's your thoughts then, Rob?
Well, just looking at this, which is the shacket.
How many
Just
items
by the
did you
way,
get?
any listeners that are listening to this episode as the first one that they've listened to, there is some kind of context to this episode to what Rob's doing. He's a couple of episodes we talked about fashion and clothes, and Rob decided he was going to order clothes from Shein.
I want to know, are there any other clothes that have been thrown together and been given stupid names like shacket?
Well, yeah, but it's why wouldn't you? So
Jeggings.
Have
Yeah,
you got some
jeggings,
jeggings
yeah.
as well?
No,
You have, haven't you?
No, but I've got another shacket. Obviously, the reason being is because it's like a shirt, but it's so thick it's like a jacket. So
it's a jacket.
There came the name shacket.
Is it a shirt or is it a jacket?
Can I ask you a question, Rob?
Yeah.
Is it an actual thing, or is it that something that you've just made up?
No, it's an actual thing.
It'll be an actual thing, yeah.
Genuinely, I think. Let's just.
I
let me
reckon he
just
had
Google
fat
it.
thumbs on Google.
Just let me Google.
So,
Rob,
what I want to know is,
I didn't name it,
do
by
you
the
wear
way.
a shirt underneath your shacket?
Sometimes I'll put a shirt underneath.
Rob.
No, not a shirt. Not a shirt. A t-shirt.
Rob,
Yeah.
okay, do you ever wear a
Rob,
coat on top of it?
can I ask a question?
Not very rarely.
Rob, how many items did you buy? Because I've only seen
Well,
two.
he's got two there, a shirt and a jacket.
We're not doing a full fashion show.
No, I just need to know how many items he bought.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 items
Yeah.
for 51 quid-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look how he's even...
Mate,
the badge is not even
The
wonky.
badge looks like it was put on by someone who's inebriated, in all fairness.
Inebriated. I prefer to use the word clinically blind.
Yeah. Because I've got some trousers. Oh no, that's a jumper.
Trousers?
Is it a jumper or is it a shumper?
It is an actual jumper.
Manfinity, made in China. No shit, Sherlock.
I tell you what, you weren't wrong about the packaging though.
I know.
Oh, look at that.
Oh look, these are like jogging bottoms or like just
Yeah.
training trousers.
Okay. And what are they
All
like?
right, aren't they?
What, are you
do
going to
do
try?
all your buttons work
You're
on
not
your
going to try
shirt?
them on, are you?
Yeah, they're all
Any
right then.
excuse to show some flesh, that's all he's doing.
So what are these called then?
Trousers. I don't know. I don't even know what they are, but
they're not
like training.
trousers.
They're like training. I wear them for gym.
Jogging bottoms, aren't they?
Jogging
bottoms.
Like jogging bottoms, yeah.
Oh, so they are boggings.
Boggins.
Oh, I was looking.
Are they
Sorry, just to
boggins?
clear this up.
Or
because it's
Jottums?
going to annoy me if I don't.
Rob, pass. Sorry,
Shack.
Rob. Mark,
Shack
I mean,
it.
pass that back to Rob.
I'm not having it. Shack it.
Hold on. Or jert, but most people like to.
Most
say shack
people. Most people.
You're a jert.
it. I love how I've just put in shack it, and the first thing that comes up is a Shine advert sponsored by.
Yeah.
The dye shack it. Next, men's shackets.
I'm not having it.
Honestly, what does shacket mean?
Somebody's gone to China
Listen.
and said, "Can I try one of those?" And they went, "Oh, you want a shacket? Yes, please. A jacket. Oh yes, you like this shacket?
Mark, listen.
I'm not saying anything.
A garment in the style of a button-down shirt made of thicker fabric and usually worn over other shirts. This hip-grazing shacket is cozier than the cropped style, which makes it a good option to wear over dress. And that's just a dictionary, but it above does say men's shackets and its next website. So yeah, it's a thing. It is a thing, and I'm glad that I've educated you all tonight.
So what's your verdict on Sheen?
Do you know what?
Well, he's throwing it all on floor. So
Other than the slightly wonky label on the shacket, actually good, yeah.
Yeah.
This shirt's really nice, actually. Nice little like Hessian cotton shirt for the summer, wear with my some sort of shorts and whatnot. I think it'll look good. I don't know, I'm rubbing my thighs
With his-
like
with
I'm
his
turned
trousers
on.
With
Like,
his showing his
and his
ankles.
boating shoes.
yeah, boating shoes and my trousers that show me ankles. Yeah.
Well done, Rob.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks for introducing me, Kirk. I think looking at this, I'll probably go and spend another couple £100 now.
Fine, yeah. Keep them 6-year-olds in work.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone's got to.
Have you been out clothes shopping, Mark, recently? Buying anything hip?
No, what does it look like I'm?
No.
Do I look hip?
Not at all.
He's
Thank
worn
you.
that. He's worn that hoodie for the last 25 years I've known him.
I've worn this hoodie for every episode I've ever recorded.
Genuinely,
This is my recording episode.
it's what he wears for recording. Have you not noticed?
I have got a crowbar if you want to take it off.
I do take it off when I get home.
When did you buy that?
When did I buy
hoodie?
this?
Yeah,
Oh, 2000?
yeah. I thought you
Probably
did.
90s even.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
yeah. I know. I can imagine.
You can tell because it's not worn out yet. I still got another 20 years left in it. That's why.
Wowzers.
Wow. But anyway,
Well, what
some
would-
of this.
You won't throw it away, would you?
Some of this is more for the summer, for when I go away in the summer. You know.
You mean that week that we get?
Well, yeah, but.
Or you mean when you go abroad?
Well, not necessarily when I go abroad. I might go to the coast somewhere.
It's summer.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can afford this year.
Well, no wrong with
Blackpool
it.
or Skeggy.
Hang
No
on a
wrong
minute.
with that.
Hang
I
on
was
a
brought
minute.
up in
If you
Skeggy.
can afford a week in
Where are you
Skeggy, you
going-
can afford a week in Vegas.
Where were you
The
going in
actual
September?
Vegas.
That's yes, all
That's-
right. I'm gonna Disney in September. I know.
Well, there you
That's-
go.
I know, but that's
Again.
what I'm saying.
Knows.
Again.
But that's what I'm saying. I can't afford anything else.
Mark
apart
will have
from-
finished building Disney by September.
Yeah, but
Well, this is Disneyland. He's going to Disney World.
yeah,
Yeah.
listen, there's no wrong
So
with
I've got-
there's no
that's a
wrong with
complaint with
coastal
Rob
towns,
Atkins.
and I'll have you know, last year when I went to Skegness for the first time in ages, went to Pleasure Beach. It were absolutely fantastic.
That's Blackpool, isn't it?
Yeah, Blackpool's Pleasure Beach.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
it
they're
might not
all
be called
called
Pleasure
Pleasure
Beach,
Beach,
then, but
aren't
it was the same thing, but in Skegness, you know, and it were brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
They are brilliant.
I
Seaside's
haven't
brilliant.
actually been. Do you know I've never ever been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach?
Never. You've
I've never been
been
to that. No, never.
I've not. I've been to Blackpool
What?
loads.
Yeah, me too.
I've been to
What?
Blackpool loads, but
Me
never been
too.
into Pleasure Beach.
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
What?
Oh,
Have I?
I beg to differ.
Has he
You've
been? Did he
clearly
go
been
on his
with
stag
Kirk.
do or something? Or
No,
it,
I'm just making sure in my head that you were there, but I'm sure you were.
was he drunk?
No.
The haunted house that we walked through.
No, I didn't go.
Oh,
Did
the-
you not go?
No, I went there.
because see, that's the only thing that I've done that's even remotely linked to Blackpool Pleasure Beach is
Oh,
the haunted
well, I
house.
apologise.
I probably weren't invited to that as well.
I thought
It's a running theme.
I thought you was there then.
Wow, I can't believe it. You've never been. I must have been 30 times, 40 times to Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Do you think? Do you like Blackpool?
Love it.
I don't know
Fantastic.
if I found it a bit overrated.
Love
Yeah,
it.
Love it. I love Blackpool.
Last time I went to Blackpool, I am going back a few years, and I was walking down the seafront, if you like, and all there were was either karaoke bars or strip clubs.
Well, there's
I
no,
wasn't complaining.
Well,
I mean,
Well, it's
you
a
know.
lot better than it used to be. There.
well, there's no strip clubs at all now. They've got
All
rid
right.
of them all.
Okay.
The because obviously council's trying to reinvent it, you know, so they've got rid of them all. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on who you are.
Skeggy's where I used to go when I was a kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
me
For-
too.
for
Do you remember
fam-
Panda's Palace?
Yeah.
Panda's Palace was on the roundabout, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
I used to walk past it, wishing I could go in.
Mark, exactly the same.
Well-
I only remember what it was from the outside
Yeah.
because I never
Never
saw
went
the
in.
inside.
Yeah.
Well, let me be accurate, because when I say Skeggy is where I used to go, I need to be more accurate. Ingermells.
Well, it was Chapel St Leonard's for me.
No.
It was
But
Skegness
it's
for
just
me.
classed as Skeggy, isn't it?
I actually went to Skegness. I remember my grandma and granddad used to have a caravan on Southview. And when we used to go, you know the big long road that takes you into Skegness?
That would be Burr Road.
It would be Burr Road,
Burr
you're right.
Road.
And every time we
I only know that because I once did some work on there. Yeah.
Well, every time you drive down, on left-hand side down Burr Road as you come into Skegness, most people will know it.
It's got like a
It goes-
waterfall running
It's
down
got
the
a
wall.
waterfall, and it had a big
Yep.
thing that used to say Southview Leisure Park.
Yeah.
And every time, I don't know why, my granddad used to start singing or humming the theme tune to Dallas. And we joined it back.
Why?
Just, I don't know, mate. I mean, it was
Because you
probably
know that someone's going to get shot.
it were grandising the fact that we're at Skegness and arriving at Southview. But
Robert
I,
put his Man from Del Monte hat on and think he was somebody out of Dallas.
but I genuinely remember them like really fond memories of those days
Oh, I
back
loved
in
it.
Skegness.
I loved it. I loved going on family holidays.
Rose
over-
tinted glasses.
Well,
Going for us from Mincy with shopping trolley.
but I used to love it. It was when I was growing up, but my mum and dad couldn't afford to take us abroad or whatever. So
No.
our holidays were 2 weeks in a caravan
Yeah.
in Ingermells. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
All right.
When people like say, they went to Greece or, Torremolon and Minos and, all this kind of stuff.
Where?
Right. And I just don't. I was happy with where I went and what I did.
Happy
Yeah.
Days Club in Chapel St Leonard's. Black lace. Agadoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black lace live. Like, wow, black lace live.
They were big in the day, Black
Oh,
Lace.
I know. I think
They
they
were
weren't
big.
very healthy, were they? They were massive, but
Some stories from for back in the day though, when you used to go to those places, and you'd have found this in any seaside town. In fact, you wouldn't have just found it in seaside towns. But do you remember when you used to be able to buy them paper caps that you'd put in your gun?
Oh yeah,
And you pull trigger and it'd
Yeah.
bang, and
Yeah.
then the next one would move on, and you'd
Yeah.
do that. We used to get them and wind them round a 2p coin
Yep.
and sellotape them, and then throw them at floor, and they go here, right, bang, coin would fly up. 'Cause obviously you preloading them.
you chucking 2 pennies around. But it'd have been like that in the pushing machine.
I generally remember. Do you remember then the plastic caps you'd get that were circular that you
Yeah.
put in a
They
gun?
were red,
right?
weren't they?
We used to, we used to get them. We used to scrape out the gunpowder because that's essentially
Gunpowder.
what it was.
Yeah.
And we'd
make a
scrape-
bomb.
Were you
and
Guy
make a
Fawkes?
well, pretty much. Put it in like a big pot. And I remember I borrowed my granddad's hammer from caravan, and we made this little thing up, and then one of the lads hit it with hammer. Oh my days! He actually flung the hammer out of his hand because it obviously boom.
Yeah.
We'd put loads in. We must have spent half a day scraping 500 caps out. All this gunpowder in one little thing and then hitting it with an hammer. Chuffing. I'm surprised one of us didn't die. Honestly. Oh, brilliant.
Well, you do know you could buy them little snap things. They were like little
Devil bangers.
Yes.
Yeah, bangers or whatever. You just throw them to the ground. They used to
In fact,
pop.
you just reminded me, they
Yeah.
were two things you could
The
buy
stink
from
bombs.
shop. Stink bombs.
Stink
That's
bombs.
what I was just about to say. That was
From-
other thing you could
I
buy.
used to
um,
sell them at school.
What were it called? Yabba Dabba Doos. Remember that
No.
shop? Yabba Dabba Doo shop.
The shop
No.
or the
They
thing?
were called Yabba Dabba Doos.
And what were they?
At Skegness.
They were a shop. Well, they were one in Chapel St Leonard's, and I think one popped up in Inglemells, and it literally sold everything.
We're a joke shop. Or,
It were like Wish in a shop. everything in it were crap. So it sold everything from like washing up liquid or whatever. So you could anything you would need in your caravan for like domestic stuff. Through to, I remember my little brother. Me and Nana get him some spending money because we're going away one year with my Nana, and he came back with a pair of inflatable breasts. he were only about 7. Brilliant. And he come back with these. I'm like, what I bought? Why? Who's even thought to make them to sell them? And then
That's the thing, though, isn't it? They're the sort of things that you could buy back in them days.
We probably still can buy them from there.
I used to go to a boating lake. I mean, I don't even know what it was called. Like, it was
Boating
literally,
lake,
can we
maybe?
go to a boating lake? So I don't know what it was called.
At Skeggy.
In Skeggy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just up from Ingamells, I
Yeah.
think, and towards Chapel St Leonard's, I think it were.
Right. There's one in Skegness as well, actually.
And
but-
literally, there was these things that you got in, and like
Bumper boats.
bumper boats.
Yeah.
And they were absolutely brilliant. As a kid, being able
Yeah.
to get in your own boat, rev up this petrol engine or whatever, and basically
Yeah.
just ram into each
Yeah.
other, getting absolutely
Well, they
wet
them that were
through.
like big rubber rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could, if you put motor to one side,
like-
it'd just spin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you go
It
faster
was just
and
like a
faster and
dodger on
faster.
water.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't get them today, would you? With health
Yeah,
and safety.
they're probably
and that.
still there.
Yeah, they
Probably the same
will.
once.
Yeah, it'd be about 15 quid a go.
I must
No.
admit, I remember them from Cornwall, St Ives, which is another great place that I used to go when I
How
was
the
younger.
other half live.
Well, back then it was. I think it was very different back then. It's not what it is now.
Tally ho.
I mean, you hear
Where are you
about.
off to? St Ives? I know
Yeah.
a story about that.
Yeah, well,
Don't forget the hamper, Derek.
well, back then it didn't certainly didn't feel like that way. Not for us, because it was like a 7-hour journey down, and then don't get me wrong. It's
What, on horseback?
no,
Singing the theme tune
that
to
were in a-
Dallas.
That were in a car, all the way down to St Ives. I don't know why it was 7. Well, obviously that were including stops, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But God, St Ives.
Fill the car up with 4-star.
That's a place I'd love to go. I've not been to. What's that called now? A place in Newquay. Fistral Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of it,
No.
Mark? Do you know? As soon as you said that.
No, but it's how you said it as if like we should all know what
Well,
that place is.
Fistral
Never
Beach
heard of it.
is like the most famous beach in Newquay.
I've never heard of it.
We've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's really big
Never.
for surfing. Like a really big surfers. It's
really famous.
Yeah, it's
Really
famous.
famous.
It's that famous.
Really
It really
famous.
is. But I
Fistral Beach.
Fistral Beach, but I haven't been. I've got a feeling I did go when I was really
Sounds
young.
like a TV program that they'd put on like ITV2. And you'd have
Yeah.
semi-clad men and women
Well, I'd
doing
love to
stupid
go.
stuff in the hope to get famous.
No.
Previously on Fistral Beach.
I think. Do you know what?
You did what on the beach?
It might be where one of the first. Is it Fat Sam's, the clothing brand, the surfing brand? Is it
No,
Fat Sam's?
Fat Willies.
Fat Willie's. No, Fat Sam's.
brothers.
Fat Sam's is Bugsy Malone.
Fat Sam's is where you go for your bacon sandwich in the morning.
Fat Willie's. I think Fat Willie's, Fistral Beach is where that first shop was.
Oh.
You think so? Is this,
I've got a funny feeling I might be
Say-
making
is this
it
one
up.
of
that a
your
bit
things,
faster?
Rob?
What? Fat Willie's is where that. No. What? Fat Willie on the beach?
Which beach?
Fistral Beach. Fat Willie's on Fistral Beach. Yeah, I might be wrong about that, but yeah. But I'd love to go there. That is somewhere I'd like to
You
go.
can, you've got a caravan.
Well, I know, but the
And a
thing
car.
is, but the thing is, all I get told now is, you're going to Cornwall. I won't if I were you, because apparently it's even.
I've
It's
always
summer.
wanted to go though. I've never done the south like this. Is it South Coast?
I've never
Is that
done.
what it
I've
is?
never done South Coast.
I-
I've always
I-
gone north.
I've done Cornwall. It's
No
beautiful.
for
It is really nice.
And where's the place? It's called St Michael's Mount.
St.
isn't it?
Michael's Mount,
I don't-
yeah.
What's I know that place, but what coast is it on? Is that Cornwall or is it?
Yeah, it's Cornwall.
Cornwall.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been there. That's nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
You know, because
But you
obviously
can
when
walk. You can walk across.
I'm going to say you walk and you've got to get a boat
you get
back.
a boat back. Yeah, because tide comes
Tide
in and
comes
you
in,
can't
yeah.
walk it.
Do you know one of my favourite places, coastal places?
Where, Kirk?
Whitby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
Whitby.
love Whitby, and you know when people talk about, and this is where Mark will
Me?
shout me down. No, other one. You know when people talk about like past lives and like regression and like whether you've been here before, sort of.
Oh,
thing.
here we go.
All right, okay.
Well, no, but
You're
there's
talking about spirits again and all
there's
vibrations.
There's just something about Whitby that when I'm there, I have this feeling of being.
They're-
at
I've been
home.
there before.
Oh, what,
Yeah, we
like-
came last year.
you don't mean as a famous person like Henry VIII or something, do you? Something stupid like that.
I don't know.
He just says he just feels at home.
I just feel there's just
Oh,
something
okay.
about Whitby when I'm there. I just feel at ease. I feel as though I belong there.
Until
Yeah.
Maureen comes up. Come on, love, we're closing now. You're going to have to leave.
But no, I like Whitby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
With
really
the
like
steps,
Whitby as well.
99 steps. is it?
Yes, absolutely. And Whitby Abbey, and yeah, I like Whitby.
When I used to go to Skegness, they had a swimming pool at Southview, and when I probably first went in there were a little boy in there who had his arm amputated from just below his elbow. But one of the older boys that
This is very specific.
well, it is because I remember it very clearly.
I'm not finding this at all funny.
Well, the older boys that I hung around with told me that he lost his arm by putting it near the, where the water goes in to get recirculated for filtration. He told me that he lost it in there. So honestly, I went to Southfield for probably best on 12 years. For the following
Looking for
12 years, no, I wouldn't go anywhere near it, thinking that I would lose my arm if I went anywhere near that. So I wouldn't go, first 2 years, I wouldn't even go at deep end because it was near there. Then eventually I did, and I would jump in, and as soon as I hit the water, I would scoot as fast as I could away from that area, thinking that I was going to lose my arm. Honestly, I was petrified of it, thinking of this little boy, bless him, who had lost his arm for whatever reason, and I thought it was swimming pool that had caused it.
So, little boy, if you're listening now as a grown adult, traumatised...
Yeah, you scarred me.
Yeah, you scarred Rob. But we would like to know how you actually did lose the lower arm.
Yeah.
So,
Just below the elbow.
So we're talking about obviously this childhood sort of holidays. I mean, because I'm a little bit older than you guys, as you probably know.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Skegness had not been founded at that point.
No. Well, I went to holidays.
I was there when we found America.
I went to, as a kid, I went to Butlins. I don't think you guys have ever done Butlins. Not as a kid,
have.
anyway.
What were we like?
As a kid.
What were you like when, Billy?
Yeah, but not
Did
when, not when,
Not the modern
not
day.
the
Not when
era
you
that you're
did.
talking about.
Yeah,
no.
I mean the era when
He
I
went
went.
red coats with brown coats.
Yeah, I mean, it were completely different times. It's times when people didn't go abroad. I mean, it weren't, we're talking 70s.
There were no
And
planes.
actually going to Butlins was quite classy, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely, were classic. It were busy, and it were hard to get in. To get in Butlins,
Yeah.
and there were always a procedure. You'd drive in, and you'd check into reception. I know that doesn't sound unusual for him, but
No,
I was
you still do that now, I think.
No, but I mean, I'm talking checking as in you'd be checking in for like queuing for 2 or 3 hours because everybody's checking in. And of course, your meals, you weren't dining in restaurants and doing it, al fresco or whatever. You'd go
Al fresco?
You'd be doing dining times.
Inside or outside?
You know
Can't
what I
be
mean?
both.
No, but I mean, you wouldn't be going all this. Oh, I'll grab a burger. I'll get some chips. You had set dining times, and you all dined together. On tables and all in. It was a very military type thing.
I think he means a la carte.
Yeah.
Well, I meant as in.
You went in at dinner time.
No, I mean as in
And
you,
then tea
you
time.
couldn't sit outside and eat. There were none of this, or walking around with food.
Oh,
And
you're not allowed sandwiches.
you know what I mean? It was very.
How long
upon.
would you go for? Like, would you go for a week, 2 weeks?
Well, I think my parents could only afford a week.
Yeah.
I think we only went for a week because it was in those days where you saw factories still had shutdown weeks and stuff like that. My dad worked in a factory, and so it was all very rigid in that sense of the word. But yeah, I mean that were completely different times.
It's funny you should mention Butlins.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
guess who round this table has worked at Butlins?
Mark.
Have you really?
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
Hang on. Did you work as a redcoat?
No.
It's a sore subject, Mark.
It's a sore subject, Mark.
It's a sore subject.
Because I auditioned for Butlins and I got the job.
Really?
Yeah.
We didn't know this. I didn't know that. I didn't know either. Right, hold on. Can
we'll
you
go-
park yours for a minute, Mark,
Yeah, okay.
please? Other Mark.
Yes.
So what did you do at Butlins?
I worked in Red's Bar. The main show bar.
What did you do?
I worked in the bar.
Oh, all right, okay.
Pulling beer, serving beer, taking money, selling beer, pulling
Was this
beer.
before or after the bingo calling?
Before.
Before or after the army?
After.
Before or after working at a tyre yard?
After.
Right. Okay, I'm going to say because I knew of all these things, but I would try to. You just pointed that out to me. Brilliant. So, did you
After
go
I was
there?
trained to be a mechanic, after I was training to be a butcher.
I forgot the butcher.
Yeah.
I forgot. Nice black pudding there.
You trained
Candlestick
to be
maker.
a butcher as
Candlestick
well.
maker.
Oh my days! We've so much to talk about.
my God.
Wait, let's park the butcher thing because that's a whole story.
We'll come
in
back to
itself.
that. Yeah.
So when you thought, oh, I want to work at Butlins, why did you want to be a barman? What was the?
I didn't. I don't know what I wanted to do actually. So
it was the
basic-
beer. He thought, I'll go behind the bar
So
and drink it.
basically, I'd heard that they were recruiting, and I thought, I've said it before. I've spent all my life going, I fancy having a go at that, and then I just have a go at it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I've done it all my life. So obviously, as a child, as you know, I wanted to be in army. And then I were old enough then to get into the army when I got to 17. And then when I went to try out, whatever it were, and I were too light for my height. So I passed all the tests and everything, but they said, look, you need to bulk up a bit and then come back.
You need to go to Butlins.
You need to remote. Anyway, so from there, what did I do there? I ended up labouring, I think.
Morrison's.
I was labouring, building Morrison's down in Ecclesfield. And a mate of mine, I was working with him there, then he left to join the Navy. Then I got a job, so that's when I got a job at the tyre yard. And then he came back and he said, I thought you were going to try for army. And I was like, yeah, but I couldn't get in because of my weight. And he went, try it again now, you've bulked up a bit. So I tried anyway. But in that time between failing the first time and the second time, I'd started DJing and getting a social life and the rest of it. And then, so I'd sort of fallen out of favour with the fact of going to army, and I thought I'd written it off. So anyway, he said, why don't you try again? So I thought, well, sod it, I'll try it. Anyway, then I ended up getting in. And I was like, now I'm in. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to do my ambition or whatever. But I weren't overly as committed as I were first time. So I ran basic training for 8 weeks or whatever, and I was like, this isn't for me anymore. I'd changed. I'd started DJing, getting a social life, whatever. So I came out. So I were at home for a bit, and then I was like, what shall I do? And then, I don't know if it were on telly or if it were in like a local newspaper, that they were recruiting for Butlins. And they were recruiting at Majestic Nightclub in Leeds.
Right.
So I got up one Saturday morning, travelled to Leeds, walked in. You for Butlins yet? What do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. So they got like auditions upstairs for red coats and stuff, and I was like, I didn't at that point fancy that. So I thought, well, what is then? Oh, we're looking for bar staff. All right, sound. So I had an interview, and I was successful. So then I ended up going to Butlins for the season. While I was there, I did try to become a red coat. When I saw him and stuff, and I thought, I could do that.
I could do that.
Yeah. I tried to audition, and I couldn't sing or dance or out, so there were no chance.
No, could I, but...
So let's move over to you then. So how did yours come about then, Mark?
Well, I was 18 at the time. Well,
During the war.
I was 18. I think I was 18. Yeah, I was 18, and so I just started DJing by that then. And my dad always sort of wanted me to sort of, follow my dreams and and push myself and that.
Bugger off and live in Butlins.
And so we were like, well, you can do that. Why don't you could be a red coat? Because obviously again we're talking 80s. So back then Butlins were a bit of a more, I mean nowadays I think it's easier to get into the music industry or entertainment industry now, but back in the 80s it were harder. Yeah. And my dad was sort of wanting me to sort of maybe do that, and you get an equity card and sort of that sort of thing, and you would get that one. You would get one being a red coat.
Right.
So anyway, so he said, why do you do it? Why do you audition? So off I went to Doncaster Civic Theatre, which is I think now been knocked down, but anyway, off I went there.
Rotherham Civic Theatre.
Doncaster Civic.
Sorry.
Yeah, Doncaster Civic Theatre. And anyway, off I went to audition. I mean, I was super nervous, and you're on 3 minutes on stage, and you've got to sort of just do whatever you want to do. Obviously, I couldn't.
What did you do?
I didn't. Well, exactly. I couldn't DJ because I couldn't take my equipment.
What did you do?
So
and you can't sing.
I can't sing. I can't dance.
You stripped.
What can you do?
So I just talked about myself for 3 minutes. That's all I did.
Wow.
I don't even know what I talked about, but I know I talked about it.
I think you find it is harder these days to get in.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I thought I've no chance.
How many have we got in today for auditions? One.
I mean...
Go on then.
I mean, bizarre.
He can speak.
Bizarrely. I think it was because I was a DJ. I think that's primarily what they wanted me for, because they offered me a DJ to be a DJ there. But there were jugglers, there were singers, there were fire eaters and magicians and all sorts there. And the funny thing is that
you could press play.
There were a reporter there, and they interviewed me, and I've still got I'll have to bring it in, and we could put it on his Facebook. But I've got the newspaper cutting of when they interviewed me with my name and auditioning for Butlins.
Really?
Yeah. I've
So
got it.
okay. So you got the job.
Yeah, I got the job.
And how long did you do there? Which one did you go to?
I didn't. I turned it down.
Wow.
I know.
Why?
Because, at the time I was single, but then by the time I got offered the job, I was with a girl. And she didn't want me to leave.
Oh, no.
And so I went through all the Shall Shanta, because I would have moved down south to the Wales one, I think they offered me. The Barry. Barry Island one. But I can't remember. But I would have moved away, and at the time you lived on site, of course, and I thought I can't
It's
do
mad
this.
to think how many
So-
people have ruined their lives for other people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I've got to say. I'm amazed. I did a season at Butlins. I'm amazed at how the place functions. Because the ambulance is coming on a Friday night for staff to pump stomachs and whatever. Honestly, it was just carnage.
What year did you work, Mark?
No, we're talking 99.
Are you talking more the modern day?
Well, 99.
Yeah.
I know, but
19, not
No, but I mean-
1899.
No, but
1999.
what my angle in the question is, obviously there were a point where
They didn't have chainmail
where-
rubber rings and all that
where
stuff.
Butlins went from the sort of family thing to the more adult thing. It is family now, but there is it's crossed more into an adult.
Where they do like the weekenders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do now, don't they? Yeah.
But I mean, back then there were none of that. It was purely family based, and you wouldn't have any junk. You wouldn't. It just wouldn't happen back then. So that's what I'm saying. At what point? I mean, I don't know. You worked at Butlins. Were you at that cross-off point where it was more?
They've always
Obviously.
been a family resort.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
talking about the staff. So when they're not working.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I'm talking about the staff. I'm
I
not
thought you
talking
meant
about
the staff
Oh,
trying to...
goodness me!
No. I'm talking about how the place functions based on the staff that were there when I was working there.
Wow.
I know a few people that's worked in Butlins over the years. I've come across a few people, and the stories that they've told me, I tell you what, I missed a trick me.
It was utter carnage.
I
Honestly,
don't think I'd have survived.
You imagine, honestly, just utter carnage. You imagine, what would be an 18 to 30s, but that's the staff.
Yeah.
And then you've got families rocking
Well,
up for a holiday.
I'm sure you fitted in quite well then, Mark, didn't you? With all your drinking.
I enjoyed the partying, yeah.
So to give some sort of idea, when he came out of Butlins, so how long did you do there? 12 months.
It was a season, so it was about 7 or 8 months.
And he come out and he came home, and he was like, we did this thing when we were in Butlins. It's called Beer Olympics, and we're like, oh, all right, okay.
Yes.
And so, without filling in too many details, we used to basically sit in a shed in Mark's back garden. Funny.
A bit like we are now. Yeah, I thought we've gone full circle.
Funny that. We used to sit in a shed in Mark's back garden, and Mark's like, right, we're going to do these beer Olympics. I've got to adapt it a little bit, but I'm going to show you how we do these beer Olympics. So Mark went to the shop, right, and he bought 32 litres of cider. Right? Wow. 32 litres of Frosty Jack's cider. All right? And 2 litres of blackcurrant. Right? And then literally, so I was expecting this massive, elaborate game or whatever. We were sat in his shed. He went and got a glass out of the house. He filled it like with 75% cider and a splash of blackcurrant. Put it in the middle and went, right, what do we do? He's like, roll that dice. And I'm like, what happens there? Just roll the dice.
It weren't dice, it was a 2p game.
No, we did the dice first.
Did we?
Yeah.
I can't remember that.
Roll the dice.
Clearly, because all alcohol.
I rolled the dice. It landed on whatever it were, 4. He's like, now you've got to make 4 of them. I'm like, pardon? And literally, 1, refilled it. 2, refilled it. 3, refilled it. 4. And I'm like,
Game over.
literally, I'm like, is that what we do? He's like, yeah. Get ready when you roll a 6, because you know what happens then, don't you? What? You roll again.
Chopping
We used
hell.
to, the Olympics that we used to do there, though, it was literally, so we had line cleaning nights where, and you can imagine, at the time, it was the longest bar. It was either in the country or in Europe. It was huge. You've been upstairs in Red's bar, it's massive. And it runs all the way across from one side to the other. And so on line cleaning nights, you'd obviously pull line cleaning fluid through it, and then you pull beer through each pump. But you'd get so much that you'd be pulling off almost for safe measure, not for customer. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we'd all drink it. And staff would let you, management were like, yeah. Anyone that volunteers to come in for that shift, beer Olympics afterwards. And it were literally, honestly, there were obstacles. We were running across stage. There was just so much. It were carnage. I mean, there were one kid who used to go. Have you ever heard of a lazy? what do you call
Lazy
them?
Susan.
Dumb waiter, you mean?
A dumb waiter, a lazy dumb waiter. Yeah, a dumb waiter. So it's just a lift.
between a lazy Susan.
It's a lift. Basically, it's a lift that goes from cellar up, and you
A dumb waiter, yeah.
yeah, dumb
Yeah.
waiter.
Okay.
Where did I get lazy from? Anyway, and number of times someone you'd come up with some stuff in it, and there'd be somebody in there jumping out on you because they'd come up in it. But just anyway.
Mainly Mark.
Back in the day, eh?
Oh, can't go back.
Can you? I'm not sure if this is allowed if we're talking about holidays or like seaside holidays. At Norfolk Broads.
No, you can't mention Norfolk Broads.
That's against the rules.
Has anyone been to Norfolk Broads?
No.
I'd like to.
Is it quite wide?
It's pretty broad. Yeah.
I'd like to do the Norfolk
Yes.
Broads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
well, I would strongly recommend it. It's a great holiday. We're looking at going next year.
You bought shoes especially.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I really recommend it. Because
With your shacket.
Great Yarmouth is also a nice little
Yeah.
coastal
Been
town
to
to
Great
visit.
Yarmouth
I've heard
as a
it's
kid.
fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
With the
it's
windmill.
great. And you've been, Mark.
I've been as a kid, yeah, because that's all I went. My parents only
Yeah.
took me to Seaside. Great Yarmouth, Skegness, Ingermells, Blackpool, obviously Butlins,
Yeah,
Skeggy,
Norfolk
Filey
Broads
and all that
is,
sort of
is
stuff.
brilliant. It's a completely
What were
different
Normandy
experience.
We never got that far. We
So
didn't do
I've got a
foreign
question
holidays.
for you. If there's one place you've never been, coastal wise or seaside resort-ish,
In UK,
in the UK that you've never been that you'd like to go.
Cornwall.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's the south coast.
Yeah.
Ellen's always raved about Newquay.
Yeah.
I were never posh enough to do that. As were our version of posh and going a bit upmarket is instead of going to Ingermells, we went to Scarborough. You sat there talking about Norfolk Broads and Great Yarmouth and
I mean, I did them as
stuff
a...
like that. To me, you'd have been the posh kid.
Yeah, I mean...
You'd have been the posh kid.
We
with
did
money.
them a lot later on in life. That Skegness were a different era. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
What about you, Mark?
me.
Yeah.
But although I've done Devon, I'd probably do Newquay,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, maybe. I can't think of anything else.
What about you, Rob?
Yeah.
Well, there's a... is it Bamborough?
Yeah. Northumberland.
Northumberland, yeah. I'd like to go there.
Beautiful there.
It's been voted 4th time running the most sought after coastal place to go to in the UK.
The beach up there, I mean, I've never been to the south coast, so I can't compare. But the beach is absolutely stunning.
Is it?
Yeah, it's stunning.
I've
And
heard so many good things about it, but I've never been.
Does it have a decent arcade?
No. Now,
Because that
It probably will have,
that's
surely.
I didn't see. Well, I'll be honest with you. I didn't see one. Plenty of castles. There's more. Do you know there's more castles in Northumberland than there is in the rest of the country?
is it really? Oh,
What?
is
How
it
many have they
Bamborough
got?
Castle? I've heard of
4.
Bamborough Castle.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I never knew that.
There's more than that.
Well, I thought that I
There's
mentioned them.
How many? Yeah.
There's Alnwick Castle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where they filmed Harry Potter.
2.
That's 2.
Is that it? Because that's
No.
probably beaten.
No, there's another one.
Yeah.
It won't tell it the other day.
Save it for next week.
I'm going to have to actually, because I can't remember what it's called. We
I'll
didn't
hold you to
actually
that.
see it, to be honest. But there's loads of castles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sand castles.
Yeah. I'm definitely. I'm going to go there because I'd really like to go.
For me, a seaside's not a seaside
Hey,
unless it's got a decent.
As soon as
Sorry.
you,
There's no point because he's going to
as
change.
soon as
he's gonna
you said that,
Paul Hardcastle.
yeah. As soon as
You
you
really
said
dug
that a
deep for
minute
that.
ago, Kirk.
He really dug deep for that.
As soon as you said that a minute ago about
Arcades.
arcades, I straight away I was like, yes. How if someone was to say,
arcades.
how do you define a seaside resort?
Yeah.
How do you define it?
Donuts.
Donuts, fish and chips, arcade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% nailed
Arcades are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, what is? I mean, the push penny things. You know, with the 2 pence and the 10. I mean, they're great, aren't they?
The 10p now.
Yeah. Well, you can still get 2 pences.
Yeah,
And I
you
go on
can.
them. 'cause
My
they-
two-
They're the only ones I go on.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they?
My two favourites that I used to race for every time we went in was Operation Wolf
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
and Terminator 2.
Battle X. Battle X.
And you know, if you want a bit of nostalgia, Mark,
Go on.
there's an arcade in Barnsley. Right?
Oh, that's
There's
just,
an arcade in
I just thought
Barnsley,
something.
Is it coal fired?
Right? And you just pay like one entry fee to go in, and then all the arcade
Was it in shillings?
all the arcade machines in there are then free to play. And
Where did they get the electric from?
What?
There's going to be
He's
a
re- he's
really
really
bad,
driving on this
there's a
joke.
really bad joke. Go on, give us it.
Go on. Is it about Jesus?
He's just taking mick that Barnsley's like old-fashioned and
Okay.
not
Oh,
the
right.
thing.
All right.
He started the joke and he carried on trying to go
Yeah,
it, and
it
then
was
he
rubbish.
just keeps trying to repeat
It
it.
were crap. Carry on, Kirk.
So,
Carry on, Kirk, because I want to interject after this. Go on, about something. Go on.
Battle axe. That's what it were. That's what I used
wait
to
your
like
turn.
playing on. Carry on.
Crack on. Kirk.
Battle axe.
Battle axe.
Hang
yeah.
on. Carry on, Kirk. 'Cause I want to get in. I'm trying to get in with
I
something.
try. You pay one fee to get in, and all the arcade machines in there are then free to play. But
Yes.
they've got like all different ages of machines, like nostalgic, all the way
Yeah.
to modern stuff. And when I went in there, I went a few months ago. I took my son, and one of the first machines that I saw when I walked in was Operation Wolf, and exactly the same thing. Little Uzi machine guns with little red button outside for grenade launcher and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And honestly, it just took me straight back
Yeah.
to Skeggy Beach, holidays or whatever.
I think there were
Being
one in
arcades.
Skegness of them that when you actually moved the joystick, the chair moved left and right.
See,
You didn't sit in chairs, you stood up in front of it.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure that
Operation
I get that, but I'm sure in Skegness there was the same game.
I'd love a
But
day
they
in
just
your head.
they just had there was a sit down version of it
told you went to posh places.
I'm sure they did in Skegness because I
Well-
remember the game, but I remember it being more of that
Well,
type.
what I was going to say about video games is, do you know where the National Video Game Museum is?
Sheffield.
Yes.
It's in Sheffield. Have you ever been?
Yes.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit small, but it is great.
I've never been, but the thing that Kirk was talking about, there's one of them in Sheffield as well.
No, that is the video.
Well, no,
That's the same thing that Mark's talking about.
Now, has it been there quite a while?
Yeah.
Have you ever
'Cause
been to
one-
that arcade amusements in Sheffield?
No, hold on a minute. The one I'm talking about, it's only been there about a year. It's exactly what you've just said in Barnsley. It's massive.
Why would they build another one if there one already there?
I don't know because that's a museum.
This
No,
is
the-
a museum.
Yeah, but the museum's attached to an arcade. So you've got the video game
Right.
museum,
You
but
got
then,
Tutankhamun's playing Operation Wolf.
but then attached to it is then a similar kind of thing as what's in Barnsley.
So I got mixed up there. I only knew about the bit that was attached to it, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right.
But they're good for a day out.
I've never been to them. Yeah, I would like to go to them
I could spend all day in an arcade, me. I love it.
Okay.
But then
It's expensive.
you take. Well, this is the thing. You take it so like sometimes we'll have a run out to Cleethorpes, take kids out to Cleethorpes or whatever for the day for some fish and chips or whatever. You go, oh, yeah, fish and chips, and then we'll go eat arcades or whatever. And like I'll give like 20 quid in
Yep.
pound coins,
Go on.
and like 10 minutes later they're coming up to it,
Yeah,
more
you got
money. And I'm like,
Yeah.
They've come back with a pocket full of
'cause
them
they all-
token things that you
Because they're all literally shoving coins in, aren't they? Like this.
30,000 for a packet of
Well, it's not just
Chewies.
that; it's the cost of them. You know, like do you remember Outrun?
yeah,
Yeah.
So that was one of my favourites at Skegness because they had that on Leisure View. But that were like 10p, 50p. Well, how much would it?
It were 20p in my day.
No, actually, it might have been it weren't a pound. It must have been 20p or something like that.
20p in my day.
But anyway, but now you're talking those sort of games are £2 to £3 a go.
yeah.
So-
Can you remember arcade in Meadow Hall?
Yeah.
Can you remember
Yeah.
the car racing game there?
Yeah.
It was for,
That was...
was it a Ferrari or
I thought it was Ridge Racer.
Yeah, it is.
And they
Ridge
had the-
Racer.
It was it was either a Toyota MR2 or it was a Mazda MX-5. I can't remember which one.
I think it was MR2.
I thought it was something a bit better than that.
No, you were either an
But it was
MR2 or an
real
MX-5.
life size, weren't it?
Yeah.
So you used to walk in, you used to hear it go Ridge Racer, and you had all
Yeah.
screens around it and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you stand outside watching all the posh people having a go.
Yeah, because I think that were about £3 a go then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would you like some dinner or would you like to have a go on that game?
it were £5 to play on that. It weren't £3. It were £5 that. I'm sure it were.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought it was free.
I never played on it. It was that expensive. I know that much. But yeah, it was a great game. Can you remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes. I loved that. And Simpsons.
And I was just about to say
Yes.
Simpsons.
Yes.
Absolutely
Marjorie
brilliant.
Hoover.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it used to come down, didn't it? Each
I
character
used to have an
come down.
arcade machine in here that I built that had all those games on it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. What
Yeah.
happened to it?
I gave it to school.
Did you?
Yeah, I gave it to the school.
Oh, have they still got it?
I don't know.
Was
Why,
it 'cause
why
it were
did you
broken?
give it to a school
Because it
though?
were broken.
For the after school club.
Oh, that's very kind
Oh,
of
cool
you.
though. That had like about 1,000 games on it or something. Dad?
It had thousands of games.
The frustrating thing is now is like you just said though, that were a big computer PC inside it and whatever. Now you can buy it. It's literally the size of a dongle, isn't it? Like a USB stick.
Yeah.
Plug it inside, and you get your little wireless control, and you play it on your TV.
I saw one in Costco the other day, and it's like the old, remember the Atari controllers with just like the stick and the red button?
Yeah.
So it was just like that, and like a little console thing that you just
30
plug into
built
your TV,
into one.
and then it's got all these games in it and stuff. But even the controller, the stick with the button, it's wireless.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mad. And how much for it? Like 20 quid.
I don't know.
Crazy,
I
innit?
didn't look,
Yeah.
but yeah.
You
Playing
get them on your
tennis with a
phone,
square
can't
ball.
Yeah.
You get all these games on your phone. Not all of them, but you can get some of them on your phones, and that, can't you?
It is mental when you look at the graphics and stuff of games now. It is mind blowing. And I know it makes me sound old by being like, look at graphics, but literally playing video games now is like almost like watching a film, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. It really. Do you know what? Funnily enough, I never ever switch on the PlayStation because I just don't. I'm either editing or I've got something to do in house or whatever. But I turned the game on, and I'm sure it was you that told me about it. And I started it years ago. Like I bet it was 3 years ago that I turned. And when I first got the PlayStation 3. Five, not 3. I'm just going to show you.
That's how long it's been.
It's the first one I had since PlayStation 1.
So you missed 2 then? You didn't bother
I
with
missed
2?
2, 3, 4. I went from 1 to 5. So anyway, I got it. Did you tell me about a game called Heavy Rain?
Yes, what a game.
Well, so I started playing it again the other day. I wanted a bit of time away from editing. I thought I'm just going to pick. I turned it on, and I was like, "Oh, that's the game I started that I've not gone on." I've gone on, and actually, it's actually really good, isn't it?
What a game! It's not just the fact of the game; it's just the story that goes along with it.
Yeah.
I think I've played it.
Yeah, I've played
quite a
it.
dark
Have you?
thriller into
Is it a
it.
good game?
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah. I mean, it's the function of it is just very simple. You're just walking around, aren't
I mean,
you?
it's old now. It's old now, isn't it?
And I was going to say, the graphics on it are aging. But even then, I was still like, this ain't bad at all, and I know how old it is.
For me, one of the best games that's been brought out semi-recently, it's knocking on a bit now, semi-recently, that absolutely blew my mind when it comes to the graphics, the depth of the game, the storyline, the thought that went into it, is Hogwarts Legacy.
Right, I've not played that.
It's incredible. I mean, it helps that I'm a Harry Potter fan, so fine. Do you know what I mean? But the effort that's
It's not fine.
the effort that's gone into that game, to say that it was quite a small independent company that's made it, Port Key, I think, something like that. Apparently like where you've got Rockstar and everything, they've got like thousands of developers, and they've got like tens of developers. The game is just, it's incredible. The level of detail is just unbelievable.
That's so good that you said that, because Gemma's played that game, and I thought, do you know what, I think I might enjoy this. So I said to her, she finished it about 2 weeks ago,
All right.
and I said to her, is it any good? Is it a good game? She went, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but for Jen, that's 5 stars.
That is pretty much 5 star, yeah. I was like, oh, brilliant. Well, I might not play it then.
Have you ever played it, Mark?
No, I haven't. No, but what I'm going to say, the game that I've played that has the same effect for me, if you're talking about games, is The Last of Us. I know they've done a drama of it based on the game, but The Last of Us game is good.
I've never played it.
That is a really good game.
There's so many these days. Games, films, series, TV series.
Go on, list all the different types of entertainment media.
Yeah, exactly.
You know Mark likes
games,
he likes lists.
clowns,
He likes lists.
Circus.
There's so much.
Breasts.
Craft.
Breasts.
I meant anything on TV or that you can watch and
Game
play.
shows, comedies,
Well, they're
reality
absolutely.
TV programs.
Keep going, mate.
Serial dramas.
Yeah. Any more?
Antiques Roadshow.
All
Mark.
them. Is that all them? There's so many of them that you just get to a point where your head just goes, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to play, what to watch, It's just too much choice these days.
Well, I'm really excited at the minute because there's a game coming out very soon. In fact, next week.
Oh, really?
That
GTA 5?
I've waited for a few years for.
What is it?
It's a very niche thing that you're either into or you're not. But basically, it's Sid Meier's Civilization 7's coming out.
I'm sorry, what did you say again?
Sid Meier's
Sid, is that a name? Sid
it?
Meier's.
Civilization.
Sid
7.
Meier's?
Yeah, Civilization 7.
What's Sid Meier's?
Yeah, I think that's just the name of the maker or creator originally.
And
so
what
this
is it?
game goes right back to I think the first one were released in the 80s, and it's like a strategy simulation game.
All right, okay.
That's the sort of games I like. Where you build things and sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's
Actually, I prefer when people build things and then you go and bomb them. They're my kind of game.
No, well, this is
Red Alert.
So
Desert
Conquer and
Strike
Destroy.
and Jungle Strike and
We're
stuff
Red
like
Alert.
that.
So imagine
Yeah, a
Command
little
and
bit.
Conquer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so imagine the war aspect of Command and Conquer, but then also the civilization building hunter gatherers and stuff, and building a town and stuff like that. But anyway,
Age of Empires.
I know, yes, Age of Empires. Age of Empires meets Command and Conquer. There you go. You've got
Right.
Civilization. But
Okay.
Civilization is the pinnacle of them sort of games, or what's classed as.
Right.
And I think the last one came out maybe 10 years, 12 years ago.
Wow.
So and the new ones it's quite a big deal for people that like them sort of games.
It's coming out on PlayStation, or is it on your PC?
Everything. It comes out on everything.
Or will you
So
play it on the
I'll-
PlayStation or the PC?
the PC?
Yeah, the PC.
He's a PC boy now.
No, I got a PC. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Time at the bar, please.
Shall we spin the wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Oh, it's spinning. What's it gonna be? Oh, I'm just so excited. Come on. He's nearly there. The Wheel of Features.
So there's nothing to go through from last week then. So shall we spin the wheel?
Let's get it spun.
Here we go.
Yay! What is it?
Mark!
Mine.
What's wrong?
Oh, brilliant. What is it?
Dead or alive?
Dead or Alive. Oh, I love Dead or Alive.
I'm alive.
I'm already dead. So come alive. Be quick, I'll be dead.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
It's let it go. Let it go. Wanna be alive. Want to be alive.
Right, so Dead or Alive it is then. So you know how to play it all.
Oh
so,
yeah, I need my notes up, don't
Yeah,
I?
you all need
yeah.
to make. You all need to write it down and make notes.
So what's the aim of the game?
So the aim of the game is I'm going to read out some celebrities,
Yeah.
and all you need to decide is if they're still alive or if they're dead. So
Or
So
if
it's
they're
alive
dead
or
alive.
alive or dead.
alive or dead. Yeah, that's what we're naming it this week. But we're not going to play that game. We're going to play Dead or Alive. So
Got
are
a
you
ring
all,
to it, that.
So yeah, well, I'll change my jingle, shall I? Right, so you're all ready? So,
Yeah.
so you're ready for the first celebrity? Nice and easy, this one. Dead or alive, Esther Ranson.
Okay.
Is she dead or is she alive?
Okay.
Okay. Next one.
She hasn't gone to Switzerland, has she yet?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. Next one then, Pele.
Okay.
All got your answers down yet?
Yeah.
Oh God, you're a bit quick, you two.
So-
Just
It's only
hell.
two. It's one or the other.
Well, no, I've got to try and work out who he is first.
Pele. Is that a joke, or do you?
No.
Do you not know who Pele is?
I've got a funny feeling he's a footballer.
He's a famous artist.
No, he isn't.
He's a footballer,
Yeah.
Brazilian footballer.
Right,
but
yeah.
we're Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at him as if I'm going to know. I don't know football, do
Or
I?
the guy from the Impotence adverts.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Did you know who Esther Ranson was?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So third one.
Was? You're giving the answer away?
Then. Number 3, Bridget Bardot. So she's a famous model from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, basically.
80s, 90s, noughties?
Well, she's
Yeah,
too
so
old
you're
now.
gonna list
Nobody's
them.
interested in
I
her.
thought you were going to list them. List them all.
Right, I've got it. Yeah.
Okay. Next one then. Prunella Scales. She played Sybil in Fawlty Towers.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number 5.
And number 5 is Jerry Lee Lewis. I don't need to really.
No.
Great Balls of Fire, that should give it all
Yeah.
away for you.
Say his name again.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Say it faster.
Jerry Lee Lewis. You happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so you all got your answers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, first one then Esther Ranson. Is she dead or alive?
Dead.
She's
Dead.
alive.
Okay, Mark, there's an order to this.
Yes.
Oh.
Go.
Dead.
Dead.
Alive still.
She's still alive. She's 84.
Yeah, she's pushing for
Yeah, she is.
euthanasia. That's why
So
I said.
she's-
That's why I said has she gone to Switzerland yet?
Ah, right. I think I was. I didn't get that, but I don't get most
She's
of your
pushing
jokes.
for euthanasia. What,
She is.
for herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other people.
Yeah.
Oh.
There she is, yeah. So, next one.
Murder, innit?
At the moment,
We'll leave that for another podcast,
Okay.
can't we?
Absolutely,
We'll talk about
yeah,
that.
we should.
So, the next one then. Pele. Is he dead or alive?
Dead.
he's
Dead.
dead.
He is dead. So, how old was he and when did he die? For 2 points.
I reckon 2010. And I reckon he was 84.
Okay. Back to my life.
2013.
I'm going to say 2019 or 20, and he would have been 78.
Well, Kurt were closest with his age, but you were closest to his death year. So he died in 2022,
Ooh.
and he was 82.
82.
Oh, wow.
So next one then, Bridget Bardot,
Which number's this?
number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3, please.
Alive.
Alive.
Bridget Bardot,
I've put alive as well.
she is still alive,
Hey!
and she's 90.
Wow.
It's a 91, so I'd have been close.
Good innings.
good for
Good
her.
innings.
Good innings. I love that. Do you know apparently there's someone already been born on this earth that will live to be the age of 200?
Give her over.
According to scientists, the fact
Don't
of,
get your hopes up, Mark. It's not you.
according to scientists and the way that the life expectancy's gone on, how science is evolving and medicine's evolving, they reckon that somebody has already been born that will live to be 200.
So
Wow.
when you say that, are we
I feel
guessing
sorry
it's
for him.
because
Having to put up with this for 200 years.
I know.
are they saying that because the technology would have moved on, or because they're going to be surely like 1 week old, aren't they? Because when they're saying that in 2 years' time,
Mark,
they're gonna
what's
go,
question number 4?
No, but
Somebody's already been born that's going to live to see 200. That's it.
I know, but that must mean they must only be a week old.
Why?
Question number
Why?
4.
Because technology needs to move. It's going to move. Needs to move
Is
on.
Prunella Scales alive or dead?
Because if they're 40, they're not going to live to be 200.
How
are
do
they?
you know?
Well, I don't think they can't be 40.
Coming soon on the chat in.
Anyway.
Part 2 to this quiz.
It's all right you saying this, Mark. It's normally you doing this.
Anyway,
We don't like it when other people are doing it.
don't
He doesn't
like
like it.
No,
Don't like it.
that's why I was just blanking about, just carrying on. Right, so let's get back to dead or alive. Prunella Scales then.
Dead.
Is she dead or alive?
Dead.
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 Yeah, I've put alive, but she's dead, I think.
Well, she's still alive.
Oh, I was
still-
right and wrong.
I mean, to give you, John Cleese is still alive. But anyway, how old do you reckon she is?
You didn't say John, please.
No, but he played the same.
Oh.
You know, they played a married couple, didn't they, in Fawlty Towers?
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's still alive.
85.
87.
91.
She's 92.
Ooh, right.
And the last one then, Jerry Lee Lewis. Is he still
He's dead.
alive or is he dead?
Alive.
Dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Yes.
And,
And I reckon he would have been. I could be wrong when I say this. Would he have been in his 20s when he died? 'Cause
Rob,
Did he?
Jerry Lee Lewis?
Yeah.
I went, no.
I thought. Didn't he? Have I got my wires crossed? Did he not die on that plane with
Woody Allen?
Buddy Holly and?
No, I don't think so.
no, you're thinking.
No.
I know where you're thinking coming from because there was another Lewis who died on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
There were three of them, weren't there?
which was a comedian, and his name was Lewis. His name was Jerry Lewis, I think. Jerry something Lewis. Oh, am I getting mixed up with Lewis?
Jerry Lee Lewis?
no,
Jerry Lewis Lee.
no, there were Jerry Lewis and there were Jerry Lee Lewis.
Well, I thought he was in his 50s.
Kirk,
78.
he was 87 when he died,
Oh,
and he died in 2022.
he's done well, hasn't he?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I'm normally really good at that game, and I only got 2.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got alive,
Oh.
dead, alive, dead.
Is that a song? Alive, live, dead, alive.
Okay, Mark, just quickly go through these. Number 1 were dead.
Alive.
Number one was,
alive.
was alive.
Alive, sorry.
Yeah.
Esther
number,
Ranson,
number
alive.
2 were dead.
Pele,
Dead.
dead.
Yeah.
Bridget Bardot, alive.
Alive.
Prunella
Yeah.
Scales, alive.
Alive.
Jerry Lee Lewis, dead.
Oh, I got 5 then.
I got
well
3.
done.
I got
Well
3.
done, Mark.
Yeah. Well, actually.
Did you just change them?
No. I would say 4.5 because I had Prunella Scales as alive and dead. I wrote alive and then said she were dead. So
Wait, I don't think you've ever won that before, have you?
What did you get, Rob? Sorry.
Well done, 3.
3. Well done, guys.
Anyway, Mark,
well done.
just tell me more about this thing we were talking about a minute ago. I'm joking. It's been a pleasure, boys.
See
you next week.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat In Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, inthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.